Well, I'll get round to the context here, but the question is around: have many people told you when they've listened to you that they've cried?
Yes, I get it all the time. And now I see it as a little bit like, you know what? If you've cried, I've done my job because it means you felt it. And I get that a lot. I mean, I'm at the moment I'm in Beauty and the Beast, and I sing the title song, and I make a lot of people cry. And I think, it's because of the moment and because of what it is and how it's portrayed. I've been told many, many years ago. I mean, I'm going back 23 years now. I was advised by somebody to not to just sing a song, but to make people feel it as well. And my motto is don't just sing it, sell it, because when you go out on stage and you sing a song, I sing to vent. So I get a lot of stuff off my chest when I sing because I'm not an angry person. I don't get angry a lot. So when I sing a song, and I'm telling you, I vent and I think about whatever's pissed me off that week and I sing it. And then everyone goes, oh, I felt that. Oh, but because it's true and it's truth. And I teach this as well. I mean, I teach students at college. I have done in the past. I've not done it in the minute, but I did do it for a bit. And teaching that concept to people and to young kids, that you can use singing as therapy, because I've got a teenage daughter and she's a teenager, so there's a lot of crap going on in teenagers' lives with hormones and all that sort of stuff. And I say to these kids that I teach, I say, you can channel so much emotion through a song. It doesn't even necessarily have to be about what you're singing about. It can have the slightest bit of truth in there. So if you're singing a song, Hero, Mariah Carey, for example, you can sing that about your grandma that you lost. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love or anything like that. You can just channel that. I'm singing this song for you. And then you can get so much stuff off your chest. And if people sit there and go, I believe every single word she's just said, I've done my job. If I can make people cry and I can make people get an emotion out, I've done what I set out to do. And that was to make people feel that emotion. I don't just go out on stage and sing something. I sing it with heart. And that's what makes people cry. I'll be like, tick, I made people cry today.
Well, yeah, you did make me cry with the first audition. I'm not much of a crier. I don't know whether you can sense that from me, but the research for our conversation, and it happened again in the sort of, I might describe it as your second audition, which I know it's televised audition because I know there's a lot before the show, but it's the song "Who's Loving You," where you described it as belting it out, which I loved. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
So that's a song that I had been singing probably since I was about 14, 15. It was kind of my go-to song. I think probably everybody that's really young would sing that song. I mean, I think I was probably about 14. I mean, I was very small for my age as well. The Stars in Their Eyes wanted me to go on and do Michael Jackson and sing that song. I don't know how they was going to make that happen, but I sounded just like Michael Jackson when I used to sing that song when I was like 14, 15. And I loved it. And it's always been like a song that I would have sang at talent competition. So for me, that song was like full circle. To get to perform that in front of so many million people and an arena of 4,000, 5,000 people, that was just mind blowing. The more people you give me, the better I am and the better I feel on stage. I will soak it up, because that didn't scare me at all. I think the lesser people, it was more nerve wracking singing into a room with 4 people staring at me than it would have been 20,000 people staring at me. I mean, I've sang live in front of 90-something thousand people, and I loved it. So, but
Why is that?
I don't know, because it's just like you can't bail out. That I think that's the thing that I liked, is like you're there, that the adrenaline's pumping, and it's that feeling. It's just like a drug, you know. You go out there and you stand in the middle. I was at Twickenham and it was just packed with people, and I got to sing that, and I got to sing "We Are the Champions" on the middle of the pitch when Leicester got promoted to the Premier League, and that in itself was just insane. It was emotional, and I was living it up. And you know, singing "Who's Loving You," I feel like it's kind of full circle for me, because that song was one of the songs that my dad used to love me singing, because it was always a song that I did when I was doing talent competitions, and I did quite a few of them when I was younger. But yeah, I remember singing that song and I just loved it. I mean, I got to sing the full song, but they edit it to make it shorter. And then I think they asked me to sing another one, and I sang "Run to You," Whitney Houston. And that's the strangest thing ever, because now I'm really good friends with Alan Rich, who wrote "Run to You." You know, he's seen me perform that song so many times, and he's a bit of a fan of mine. And I just think, you know, your life just takes a massive turn of events. You know, like all these different situations you get put in, and you know, singing that song that week, and I think that was the week that my family ran out. There was like 25 of my family all run out on stage. I'm not sure if it was that week or the week before. I can't remember, but yeah, what an experience. Crazy.